Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this new video around my campaign Operation Dark Winter. Today is mission number 7 and this is the board we are going to play on today. I've already placed all the hidden token in the middle of every tile present on the board. Here we have creepy mass graves. Here we have a bit of military checkpoint. Here we have a couple of military vehicles in the middle too, with those two buildings, those two high buildings, with a small wooden bridge between the two. And yeah, this is what we are going to play on today. First thing I'm going to see is, first thing I'm going to do is to roll a first die to define where I will be deployed. So 1, 2, there's 1 on 3 here, 3, 4, and a 5, and on a 6 I will just reroll. And it will be a 2, so we will be deployed just over here, that's cool. Now I will be deploying all my models, setting up all my cars. I will do the roll for the Fog of War car that is ready over here. And I will also place the different objectives. For that, what I'm going to use is some token I've created. And basically, what I will do is select 3 false objective and 1 objective. I will shuffle them and I will place them in 3 different locations. There will be 1 over here, 1 there, and the third one will be where I wanted to place the third one. It will be over here. So we'll have those 3 objectives in those locations. And yeah, let's set up the board and let's get started with the first turn. So here I just deploy my 4 models ready for that mission. I've placed them over here with their equipments. The dice represent their ammo in their magazine. And here at the bottom I have still Jonesy, the sniper that will be placed off table. So what I will do is roll a scatter dice to define where he will be placed, and actually if the dice tells a direction that is toward the wall over here, I will just re-roll, because what I'm planning to do is to use that as the point to remember the line of sight on this model. It's actually the first time I'm trying that, so I never did it. So yeah, let's try to see how it goes. So actually here it's pointing straight at the wall, and if I want to have the actual line of sight of this model, I won't be able to do that. So let's just re-roll. And yeah, it's roughly over here, direction in my shelf. So I will try to place the tripod over here and see the line of sight of that sniper. So here is basically the line of sight of my sniper. It's pretty good. It's on the opposite side where my model has been deployed, so he won't be able to cover them at the beginning. But if the objective is one of those objectives over here, he should be in a pretty good position. And yeah, let's get started with the first turn. First turn, end of my movement phase. I've moved these 2 models here on the side of this construction shed, and those 2 moved over here. And they all have line of sight on this token over here, and it's within 7 inches. So we'll need to roll on the detection table. 6 to 12. I have 1 elite that detect on a 2+. Let's roll for the elite. He detect that one. So we know now what is here. My deck is ready over here, and I will just draw 1 card from that deck. Okay, it's already some enemies. Enemy level 1. So 1 enemy group level 1. I will refer to that board. We are fighting rioters, so I will roll 6-faced dice. It's a level 1 enemy, so let's roll that. 4. We have 2 assaulters and 1 random. The random will be a support. Actually, a support is the guy that heals downed enemy. I never had this archetype yet. So yeah, let's place down the enemy. Just so you know what I'm going to do, I'm doing the same thing all the time. To choose the assaulter are those 2 rows in my box, and I also select them randomly. I throw a dice. On a 1, 2, 3 it will be the first row, and on a 4, 5, 6 it will be the second row. So we rolled a 5, then I will roll a second time. A 6 it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6 I re-roll. A 1 it will be one of those 2 models, and then a 1 it will be that model. So yeah, I'm doing that all the time to have a really complete randomness on all my missions. So we'll select the remainder assaulter and the healer, the support, and I will place them on the board. So here are the 3 models I just draw. I will just roll to see which direction they will be facing. So they are actually facing directly my team over here. So I'm just going to place them at this exact position. So basically they just saw my guys arriving from here. So I will already need to kill all of them during the shooting phase to be okay, because they saw me. Also, I didn't mention, but here I rolled a die for the Fog of War card, so we have 1 at turn 6, 1 at turn 7, and 1 at turn 14. And yeah, let's move on to the combat phase. Actually, just before moving to the combat phase, my sniper, which is located over here, will try to see what's going on the board, so we'll do some detection roll. So basically, here he has line of sight on that objective over here, that enemy token, and also that objective over here, and that enemy there. And that's pretty much it. So we'll roll a dice. He detects only on a 6. So let's start with that one over here. A 2 doesn't detect for the objective in the middle. A 5 doesn't detect that. The enemy and the last objective, a 2. So he didn't detect anything. And actually, next to the objective, we have one enemy token. We'll roll and a 2. It doesn't detect that. I won't show it all the time, I just wanted to show it for the first turn. He is going to do that. At every turn he will try to detect what's going on the board, and he detects only on a 6. So let's move now on to the combat phase. Combat phase, here I have John McClane that is equipped, which is equipped with his Mach-10. He will do an automatic fire at this model on the left over here, so we'll fire 3 shots. A 5, a 2, and a 1. He have a shooting stat of 4, but this guy is just behind a concrete barrier, so let's say a -2 to shooting. So the 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7. So this is a 7. This is a 4, and this is a 3. So now let's roll for defense. I will take some white dice. So for the 7, 5. Plus 1 in defense for the Rioter, and that's a 6. So basically this is a hit. Rolling defense on this one, this is a miss. Rolling a defense on that one. 2, that was a 3. So this is also a hit. The first shot touch him, the second shot basically kill him because he can't sustain 2 shots. So this model is killed immediately. Let's give right away a point to John McClane. Then we have that model. Here we have Dante Adams that will fire with his FNX 45 tactical. And let's actually remove 3 bullets out of the Mach-10. So here he will fire 2 shots, rapid fire, a 5 and a 4. He have a shooting stat of 4, so that's -2 because of the concrete barrier, ça fait 5. So that's a 7, and that's a 6. Rolling defense on the 7. 6 plus 1, that's a miss. The first one miss him, let's roll that, so this is a 6, right? 1, 2, 6. Rolling defense on that one. 4 plus 1 in defense, that's a 5. So this one hits him. Rolling for lethality, the FNX 45 is lethal on 5. So it's not lethal. Now let's check the casualty. And it's a 5. It's Pretty bad. Casualty table. I've reworked a bit this casualty table, and on a 5 it's a serious wound. Model is injured and begins to bleed out and will die in 5 turns. So basically this model here is injured and he's just, he won't be able to do much the rest of the game. And now I have those two models over here that will do the same. They will fire at the last remaining guy. So just one bullet remaining on this one. So I will fire first with Brian Gamble. We'll fire 3 shots, automatic. Yup, 6. 3-1, rolling defense on the 6. He can't beat that, so this one is a hit. Rolling defense on that one. He can't beat that too, so this one is a killed. And that's it for this combat turn. All the enemies are killed, except for the one in the middle, but he's bleeding out. He won't be able to do anything that turn. And he fired 5, he remained 2 bullets. That's the end of the combat phase. Now we can jump onto the enemy movement. So I will move all those tokens using a scatter dice and a standard dice. So all those tokens will move. This one will move 4 inches in that direction. I will do that for all the other tokens. And I will see you for the next turn. Start of turn 2. I will just move my 2 guys over here toward the dead bodies. I will need to loot those dead bodies. I will also move those 2 guys, probably one inside that building to try to loot it, and leave the other one to try to loot some of the dead bodies. And yeah, let's move on to this next turn. So here my 2 guys just came in contact with those 2 dead bodies, so I will roll 2 dice on, to try to find something on them. On a 4, 5, 6 I found something, so I found 2 items. Now let's check the quality. It's standard quality, so it's 2 weapons. So I will draw 2 cards from those decks. Ooh, there is some fancy stuff. So we have a Taurus, a Desert Tactical Pistol, and a sawn-off shotgun. Okay, that's cool. I will take that. I don't need it in that mission, so I will just place it in my backpack somewhere. Let's say that my backpack is over here. It's a bit crowded. So those 2 guys are here. Nick Hayat, my agent of the division, came inside this building and he will try to find something. So I will roll 2 dice, 1 black and 1 white dice. That's a 6, so a 2 and a 6. 2 black and a 6 white, that's building materials. That's cool, building material is a 4. So we'll just take a 4 and place it on Nick Hayat, and we start to find some resources. That's really great. I didn't manage to move him close enough to that guy, so he just stayed to cover Nick Hayat, which is looting that building. And now that's pretty much it. I will do some roll for the sniper on the other side of the table and move on turn 3. So I did all my roll from a sniper, and actually I did a 6 on that token, so I will reveal that token. And also just before, actually yeah, let's reveal that first. Okay, here we have 3 civilians, which is, yeah, kind of okay, a bit far from where I have, but that's okay. And also, what I did is that Brian Gamble, the SWAT officer we just reload, is MP5, so he's just back at full capacity. And that's the end of that turn. I will place those 3 civilians and move on to the next turn. Start of turn 3, what I will do is move my guy to loot that dead body, loot the school truck, and I will try also to advance my guys probably on the back over here. I need to loot some vehicles, but we have one objective there. I want to have line of sight on that one. And yeah, I have 2 enemy placement tokens. I would like to avoid that. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's jump onto the movement phase. So here I just move all my models. I have 2 models that will roll to gather some resources. So we'll roll 2 times, 1 black and 1 white dice. So 5 and a 6, I found something, a 5 and a 6, some intels. intel is the 6, so this was John McClane. He found some intel, and now doing a second roll, a 2 and a 6. Again, I'm lucky today. A 2 and a 6. Again, some building materials for Nick Hayat, and it's the same number, right? It's 4, so he found 2 building materials. I guess that makes sense. We are close to the building site area. And then we will try to find something on that dead body with my SWAT guy. So let's roll a die. A 4, I found something. Let's check quality. Please tell me it's a 6. It's a 1, so standard quality. Drawing 1 card, and it's a lever action rifle, a Merlin MK2. Okay, not that crazy, but at least he have a good lethality. But let's place down that in my backpack. So this one is looted. So end of my movement phase, I will roll for detection for my sniper, move all the enemy token, and then we can jump on turn 4. Perfect, I just roll a 6 on the detection roll for that objective, so I will just discover that objective. Oh fuck. Ah no! No way. So it's actually the objective. The problem with that is that I've created a specific rule for that mission that said that when the objectives spawn, it spawns also with one enemy group level 1 on that objective. And they will basically gather all the supplies in dice, 3-phase dice turn. And after that, they will try to leave the board by a random exit. So yeah, basically I'm really too far to engage them with my models. That's really bad. That's really bad. Well, let's first place the supplies. Let's roll to choose the enemy group. Actually, we can do that together. This is the enemy level 1, rolling a simple dice, a 3, 2 assaulter and 1 controller. So I will place them. I will move all the enemy token. And let's actually also roll together in how many turns this group will finish to loot the resources. And it's 3, it was let's say in 3 turns. In 3 turns, they will try to leave the area. And now let's actually choose the exit. So we'll use the same number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 6 I will reroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's awful. That's awful. So they will try to leave the board by this area. Okay, that's bad. Yeah, we'll see how it ends. So here is the group of enemy that just spawned next to the supplies. The three dice is because they will leave in 3 turns, and they will actually leave by that side of the board, which is terrible. It's just exactly where I'm not. Yeah. Don't know how I will manage to get there as soon as possible. As I have my sniper located over here, you have a pretty good line of sight on them, so you can try to engage them. Actually, that could slow down that, but it doesn't have a suppress weapon. So at each time I will fire, I will roll a dice, and on a 5 or 6, he will leave the board. He will be compromised. But I can still manage to kill a couple of them. And what I will probably do is try to take my team and move as fast as possible toward this area to try to cut out their exit. But yeah, this will be tough. So let's jump onto turn 4, and yeah, let's jump onto the movement phase of turn 4. The movement phase, for now I only moved Dante Adams. He has line of sight on this token. Let's roll on the detection table. Is train, he detect on a 3+. Let's take a dice. A 4, he detect that. So let's 1 civilian. Okay, that's good for now. So we have 1 civilian over here. So what I will do then, if we have only 1 civilian over here, I will run with the all my other guy here will just run toward that area. So 6 inches plus 6, so basically they all have 4, 5 and 3, so they will run roughly 9 inches. That should bring them 9. Yeah, I will try to move them around, and let's do that first. So end of my movement phase, those two guys here actually just did an agility test, climb on top of the front of the school bus, just jump next to it and run on this side, and this guy also run. And yeah, that's the end of my movement phase. I'm not sure how I will handle the sniper. I will probably... actually, let's try to fire with the sniper. So here is my Jonesy guys. He have the Accuracy International. So he have a shooting penalty of 2 because he didn't hit that turn. So let's roll 1 standard dice. Oh my god. 1. That's perfect. You have a shooting stat of 2. That's a 3. If static, +1 to hit in all range interval. Okay, that's a 4. That's great. We have a 4. Now let's roll defense on the enemy. And he's firing at the enemy on the middle, the controller. That's a 5, so that's a miss. The first shot miss the enemy. That's a 1, okay, that's perfect. The enemy is not bothered, still looting their resources. And yeah, that's the end of my movement phase. Now let's move on to the enemy movement phase. So I just moved all the enemy placement token. I just forget to roll a dice to see if my sniper is compromised. So on a 5-6, he's compromised. A 2, perfect, he's not compromised. If we roll detection to some of the other tokens he can see, actually no, he's just focusing on the enemy over here, it doesn't detect anyone. That's the end of turn 4, now let's move on turn 5. Turn 5, in 2 turns they will leave. Oh, that's terrible. Turn 5, yeah, let's move on to the movement phase. Turn 5, start of my movement phase. I've just moved John McClane for now. He's within 14 inches of that. So 14 is, that is trained. He will detect on 6. So let's roll detection. A 2, it doesn't detect that. So we'll move actually the rest of my models toward this area over here. And yeah, let's move that. So I just move all my model, they just all run, so they won't be able to do any roll to find something. What I will do also is roll for detection, so this potential enemy basically saw some movement and he has maybe line of sight on those two over here, so we'll roll 2 dice and they detect on 6. So 5 and a 4, this doesn't detect that. So end of my movement phase, I can't loot anything, I can shoot anything. Actually, I have line of sight with one model. I have line of sight on. Oops, sorry for the camera. On that token. So it's within. Where is my agent? It's within 13 inches. 13 inches is an elite, he detected on a 4. No, he's a professional on a 5+. So it doesn't detect that for that turn. Yeah, end of my turn. I'm trying to be quick because the last video was pretty long. Jumping onto the movement of the enemy, and we are starting, we'll be starting actually turn 6. And turn 6? Yeah, we are already at turn 6, I think. And turn 6, we will draw one of the Fog of War cards. But yeah, let's first roll... And actually, no. Sorry for that. Just rewinding a bit. I will try to shoot with my sniper in the combat phase. Yeah, let's first move the enemy. Not too quick. So I've moved all the enemy. Now I will take a shot with Jonesy. Jonesy is still firing at the enemy in the middle of the group of 3 that are looting the resources. Oh damn, that's 1 plus 2 in his shooting stat plus 1 of the static. It's 4. It's 4. Let's roll defense. 2. Where is that guy? So he's just firing on one of those 2 over here, trying to shoot the one in the middle, and actually he's not in cover. I just wanted to check that if he was in cover from the box. He's not in cover, that means he only have a 1 in defense, so actually that's cool, that's a hit. That's a hit. Now let's check lethality. Lethal, trying to focus, lethal on a 3+, rolling lethality. Is 6. Okay, perfect. So we have a first kill in that group. So it was that model. This guy is killed. Okay, that's cool. This model is killed. And I don't have any more ammo in that gun. So, end of the movement phase, end of the combat phase. Don't have anything else to do. Oh, I have a great idea. Oh, I will need to reload my gun fast. Yeah, I have the Empower ability on my division agent. Focus. Give a target ally this model move or combat action. So basically, once I will have reloaded my gun, I can shoot twice with my sniper, and if I can land some nice shot, I can manage to kill the 2 remainder rioters that are looting the resources. Oh, that could be great. Yeah. Anyway, end of the combat phase, jumping on to turn 6, right? Nothing else to do. Turn 6, I will just start by turning that. And yeah, let's start turn 6. First thing I'm doing is drawing a Fog of War card. Clear, okay. Nothing is happening on that turn. That's cool, because most of those Fog of War cards are not that helpful for me. And yeah, now let's move on to the movement phase. Movement phase, I just moved those 2 models for now. I don't know if I will run with them, but first they moved. They are within 12 inches of that token, so they are trained that will detect on a 3+. So we have a 6, so that means detect that. Let's see what we have here. Empty, yes! Okay, nothing there. That's perfect. So I will... not sure what I will do. I will move my guy up toward the fence. I will move my SWAT guy in the same direction. I will... yeah, let's do that first. Let's move those guys. So I just moved my 2 guys. They are in line of sight on that token here on the left. My agent of the division is a professional. He's within 8, so he detects on the 3+. So he does detect that one. Level 1 in medium. Okay, so what do we have here? Taking the enemy table. I need a 1 or a 2. I need a 1 or a 2, please. A 1, yes! Oh, okay, perfect. A bit too excited, sorry for that. So we'll spawn 1 assaulter there, and I can handle it with my 2 guys. That's perfect. Yeah, let's place that and move on to the combat phase. So I just placed that enemy on the board, and my agent of the division will try to shoot at him. He didn't reload his pistol, so he only have 1 bullet left. He will do a standard fire. Yeah, I don't like the blue dice. Let's take maybe a white dice instead. A 3 plus his shooting stat of 6. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. Are we in 8? Just checking if we are in the first range interval of the weapon, and we are, so that means that's basically a 12. He can't beat that with his defense of 1, so that's automatically a hit. Let's check lethality. Lethal on a 5+, And it's lethal. Okay, perfect. My Agent of the Division land a perfect shot on this Rioter. He gain 1 point over here. That's cool. Yeah, that's basically the end of my combat phase. Actually, what I will do also before, yeah, I will run with those two guys. This one can run 4 inches. That will bring him roughly over here. And this guy can only run 3 inches, so roughly there. It's actually not the end of my combat phase. During my combat phase, Jonesy will reload his weapon. And yeah, that's end of that turn. End of that turn, we start turn 7. Turn 7, the enemy here found just what they came here for, and they will start to move toward the exit. So yeah, let's see how we can handle that. Let's move on turn 7. Actually, turn 7 we have a new Fog of War card, so let's just roll that. Oh my goodness. A rogue cell. 1d3 rogue agent enter the area from a random table edge. Oh, that's horrible. That's the worst enemy that we have in the game, and I am so not ready for that. They know exactly the position of my division agent. They are alerted. They start with some HHD skill. Okay, that's bad. I will need to leave the area really soon. Let's first roll to see where this rogue cell deployed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on a 6 I will reroll. A 2, okay, so they deploy just behind me where I spawn. So I will just place them over here. And actually, how many rogue agents? 1d3. So that's 2. 2 rogue agents just deployed on this side of the board. So here I just deploy my rogue team. They are equipped with assault rifle, and they just are also equipped with those 2 HHD skill, which is pretty bad. We have 1 proximity mine launcher and basically one armored drone. But they only start to use that when they have line of sight on my guys, so for now we are fine. Yeah, starting off the next turn they will start to move, and also they have the initiative, so I will need to... Sorry for the blurry. I will need to move guys out of their sight as soon as possible, and yeah, try to leave the board once if I manage to gather to stall the resource from the rioters. Anyway, let's jump onto the movement phase. I will move my guys, trying to move them toward the exit, and yeah, let's do that. End of my movement phase, my group here is just going back together. They just all run, they won't be able to loot that dead body. Now those 2 guys just finished looting the crate of supplies, so now they will try to reach the exit. So here they are here, they will move by this side over here, so this guy will move 6 inches. That will roughly 1, 2, 3. So basically this guy here will be located there, and the second one, 1, 2, 3, is just there next to him. And actually, I think I still have line of sight. Yes, I still have line of sight on the last one. Let's cross finger, I can kill that one, and actually I won't be able to do 2 shots. First because I've run, but also because I don't have line of sight on that one. So I will try to take the shot on this one, and maybe next turn, when this guy will move, I can try to lay down the final shot on that one. Yeah, let's cross finger. So yeah, jumping on to the combat phase. combat phase, I have John C over here that will fire again with the sniper rifle. So please tell me it's not a 1, a 3, okay, it's better, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not missing something. Yeah, that's a 6. Rolling defense. A 1, perfect. That's a hit. Now checking lethality. A 1, damn. It's not lethal. Now let's check casualty. Casualty, please tell me it's... Yeah, it's a high number. A 1, seriously. Light wound. This model is stunned for 1 turn, no permanent effect. Okay, so he's just stunned. For the remainder of that turn, he won't be able to shoot, but that's it. Okay, not too great. Anyway, let's move on to... So end of the... so he just fired 1 shot. So that's the end of this combat phase. Now we are starting... We are jumping to turn 8. And yeah, starting turn 8. Turn 8, the enemy rogue agent have the initiative, so they will start to move first. Just grabbing the ruler. They will move 6 inches in the direction of my division agent. And yeah, let's just move them, start to move them on the board. So that's for them. Now we can jump onto my turn. I will move my guys toward the exit, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So I just move all my guys. Those 3-1 run, but my division agent didn't run because actually he doesn't have any ammo in his pistol, so he needs to take his combat action to reload his weapon, and this is what he's going to do. So we'll be back at full capacity on his Glock 19. So that's the end of my movement. Now let's jump onto the enemy movement, and basically those 2 enemies will just move 6 inch toward the exit, so that will bring this guy over here. I still don't have line of sight. And this one will be just, yeah, exactly right behind him. Not sure why I just measured that. Okay, so next turn they will be out. Oops, sorry for the focus. They will be out of the board. So my only solution will be to place my guys in Overwatch, because this turn I can't shoot. Next turn I can move, but if I move, after that they move and I can't shoot at them, they will leave the board. So what I will need to do is place all my guys in Overwatch and pray. Anyway, so that's the end of that movement phase. I've moved the enemy, I will move all the placement token. Let's hope that this one is not a crazy enemy group. And yeah, I will move some of those tokens around and jump onto turn 8. Actually, before jumping on turn 8, I will fire with my sniper. He have line of sight on those 2 guys. He will fire at the first one. He... Just double checking, but yeah, he have a pretty large view on the area, doesn't have any blocking any sight. So he's firing his last bullet, crossing finger, a 5, cool, 5, 5, 6, 7, wait, that's an 8, rolling defense, 4 plus 1, okay, that's a hit, checking casualty, lethality 6, this is lethal. Doesn't have any bullet left in his weapon, but this is lethal. This one is killed. And I just... damn, I just remember that I forget to do roll for compromission. No, it's actually after the shot, so I'm just now rolling to see if that model is compromised. On a 5-6 he's compromised, so he's still not compromised. He can still lay down some fire if he wants. So that's the end of the combat phase. I've moved all the enemy token. Now jumping on turn 8. turn 8, my rogue agents are roaming the streets toward my team that are over here. They don't have line of sight on any enemy for now, so they won't fire. Here, it's the command phase. I will place all my guys in Overwatch. Yeah, I will place all my guys in Overwatch. That means that I don't have anything else to do. And now what I will do is actually move that enemy model. Oh, actually, since I've killed the first one, the second one is moving 6 inches, so he's not able to exit that turn. But anyway, he's moved over here. I will move all the other token, and then we can jump onto... Ah no, actually the Overwatch, damn, forget everything. The Overwatch is triggered during the movement phase. So let's trigger that. The Overwatch is a standard fire at -1. So let's do that with my Agent of the Division first. 4 plus shooting stat of 6, that's 6, that's 10. Is it within 8 inches? It's probably not. So that's a 10, and actually can't beat that. Rolling defense 6 plus 1. Actually, there is the sandbags. There are the sandbags. So actually +2 in defense for him. So 6, 7, 8 plus 9 in defense. He still can't beat that. I still have 10, so I still hit him. Rolling lethality, lethal on a 5+, not lethal. Rolling on the casualty table, he's just stunned. Not cool. He's just stunned. Now he did a standard fire. Now, trigger Overwatch on Brian Gamble, the SWAT officer. He will do a standard fire. 4. Plus shooting stat of 4, that's 8. And that's, yeah, that's pretty much it. He's not within 10 inches. So no bonuses from the compact. Yeah, so that's an 8 rolling defense. 2, and that's a hit. And since he was already hit by Nikayat, this one is now killed. He received 2 bullets, received 2 injuries. This model is killed. And that's perfect because now I can interact with him, and basically he is carrying all the resources that has been gathered into the supply, and I can just exit by this place. My only problem is that I need to find some loot. I need to find some resources. Anyway, that's the end of turn 8, and it was Overwatch, so not end of the combat phase. I will still need to move all the placement token, and we can jump on to turn 9. Start of turn 9. One of the custom rules I have for the rogue agent is that every 2 turns they will enter Overwatch. So this turn they will be in Overwatch. So if one of the enemy tokens move in their line of sight, they will be able to fire at them. Now let's jump on to my movement phase. My movement phase, what I will do is with John McClane, I will probably fall back to try to loot that dead body. With the rest of my team, I will move toward this area. And I'm still probably too far to reach anything that turn. But yeah, let's move that. End of my movement phase, John McClane just reached his dead body, and my 3 guys just moved over here. They don't have line of sight on that enemy token over here. And that's the end of the movement. Let's now move on to the enemy movement. So I just move everything. Now I will roll to find to check if I found something on that dead body. 2, I didn't find anything on that one. Let's just remove it from the board. What I will do also, since I don't have any line of sight on some enemy, I will reload my weapons. So I will reload the Glock. This one is fully reloaded, and I will reload also that pistol over here. Pistol is 3 ammo. So that's the end of turn 9, moving on turn 10. Start of turn 10, my two rogue agents moved over here. They are in line of sight on that. They are professional, they detect on a 3+. So they detect that. What's there? It's empty. Okay, so nothing detected over here. Okay, that's it for them. Now let's jump on to my movement phase. End of my movement phase, John McClane run toward the rest of his team. Here, my three guys did a tactical move, so they just move their agility stat. So they're basically crouching to be more discreet. So yeah, they just place them in that position. We'll see where this enemy, actually let's do that together, where this enemy will move. So here I have my 2 dice. Let's roll there. Okay, so they don't move, they just face that direction, and basically here, since this guy is crouched, he can't, yeah, this token can't see my guy, so we are good now. End of, yeah, I will move all the token and then we will do the looting over here. So I just moved all the tokens, just so you know there is 1 token over here, 1 on the back of the alley, and that's the most immediate close one, and here we have 1 there, 1 there, 1 over here, 1 there, and a couple toward the rogue agent. So now let's check if we find something. So Division Agent will loot the MV, Brian Gumble will loot that dead body, and this one will, Dante Adams will loot that car. So yeah, let's roll for the 2 equipments, so the 2 vehicles. Rolling 2 dice. A 6 and a 1, so we found something. Checking quality, standard quality. Okay, so we found an holo sight, that's cool. I will place that in my backpack if I remember where is my... Oh, it's there. I think it's there, yeah, that's my backpack. Now let's roll on the dead body. A 4, I found something, checking quality, please a 6. A 3, standard quality again. Oh, that's, yeah, not too bad. I start to have too many basic weapons like that. I want to have some more fancy stuff, but at least that's great. I will be able to sold them together to have some resources. So I looted that guy, I looted the 2 vehicles, and yeah, that's the end of that turn. Moving on to the next turn. Start of turn 11, my 2 rogue agents just move toward this this area over here. They have line of sight on those 2 tokens, but the rogue agent sneak. They don't want to engage with enemy forces as long as they can, so they basically just move to be in a bit cover behind this truck. And let's just roll if those enemies saw the rogue agent. So the first token will detect on a 6, and the second token, and they didn't detect the rogue agent. The rogue agent are really here just to kill Division Agent, and that's it. So they don't try to engage with everyone on the board. So right now those 2 guys won't make a distraction. That will be helpful for me, but they won't do that. It's not a basic enemy faction. So yeah, the rogue agent moved. Now it's my turn to move, and actually what I would like to do is put my eyes on what's there, what's on that token. So we'll probably just... Maybe not that turn actually. I will try to sneak with those 2 guys behind that MV, and I want my guy here to be closer before starting to engage that. So so yeah, let's actually do that. Those 2 guys will do a tactical move. And this guy, I will just measure it. He will do probably standard move that will bring him 6 inches. That will bring him over here. And that's it. He will do standard move and he will reload his weapon in the shooting phase. And yeah, that's end of my movement phase. Now let's check the enemy movement phase, and we can do together the movement of that token. And again, he don't move. That's cool. Now we'll move all the other token and we can jump onto the next turn. So a couple of things happened. This token moved toward this dead body, and basically he saw that dead body. So we'll need to draw one card, and if it's an enemy, the alert is raised, and every enemy token at the next turn, they will start to move toward this area. But what we also have is that this token moved in that direction, so toward the rogue agent. So we'll need to do a second roll if that token detects the rogue agent. So on a 6, the rioters detect, and it's a 5, so they don't detect that. So let's just draw one card to see if it's an enemy. And please tell me it's empty or civilian. And it's a level 1 enemy. Damn. Okay, so rolling to see what group it is. Here I have my table. A 6, it's 2 assaulter and a tank or a sniper. And it's a sniper off. Okay, so here we have 2 assaulter and 1 sniper, and the sniper will be placed on a building on a high position, and basically it will be just at that corner. That's really bad. That's really bad because he is actually in a position where he can shoot my guy. So let's actually just check if he's in Overwatch. To do that, 1, 2, 3, not Overwatch, 4, 5, 6, Overwatch. 1, 2, 3, not Overwatch, okay. So let's place those enemies first, and then we can assess what will happen. So I just placed those 2 enemies. Those 2 enemies will be alerted. They are alerted, and the alert will spread next turn to the rest of the token. I could, if I had some line of sight on them, I could try to take all of them down to stop the alert from spreading, but I don't have line of sight on them, so that's a shame. And the sniper over here has line of sight on... let's actually check on who he has line of sight. Where is my sniper? He actually has line of sight on my 2 guys over here. So I will roll for detection. He's untrained, it's within 13 inches, so he detects on a 6. Rolling 2 dice. A 6, he detects that. He detects one of my agents, so he's alerted and he knows that I am here. Okay, that's really bad. So that was the movement phase. Now we jump onto the combat phase. And I was not planning on doing that, but I will need to shoot at the sniper. The sniper is in elevated position plus behind sandbag, so it's a -3 shooting at him. That's not good. Yeah, let's jump onto the combat phase. So what I will do first is fire with Brian Gamble and his MP5 SD6. So we'll fire 3 shots in automatic. It's within 13 inches. Oh, there are a lot of math there. So let's do the roll first. Okay, we have 2 6. That's good. That's good. 2 6. Where is my white dice for defense? I've placed it somewhere here. So I fire in automatic, so a -1, then a -3 because of the high ground and the cover from the sniper, so that's a total of -4. So basically my 2 6 are 2 true, plus a shooting stat of 4, basically it's 2 6, right? I didn't miss anything. Oh, and it's outside of my first range interval, so a -1. So it's 2 5. I have 2 5. Rolling defense on the 2 5. 4 plus 1, that's a 5. So that means that this one I miss him, and this one I will need to reroll. and a 6. Okay, this one is also a miss. So I fire in automatic, and actually I still have, it was a 6, and I don't remember the last one. I will need to stop the video and look what was the dice. So the last one was a 1. A 1 plus a shooting stat of 4, that's a 5. Minus 4, minus... Well, it's basically a 0. With all the maluses. Yeah, it's basically a 0, so this one don't do anything. So he fired, he only have 2 ammo left. Now I will fire with my division agent. And actually he will switch to his ZUSAT. He will do that because he have... that's a good question. Both of them have rapid fire. Both of them are outside of their range. It's within 14 inches. So we'll have some maluses on all of them. No, actually, I won't do anything. I won't change weapon. I will stick with the Glock 19. At least I will be silent again. Okay, yeah, let's do that. I will fire 2 shots with the Glock 19. A 5 and a 2. So, he is firing at -3 because of high ground, plus the sandbags, -1 because also he's not in the range interval of his weapon, so it's a total of -4. So here basically you have a shooting stat of 6 plus that's it, 6 -4, that's a 2 plus 5, that's a 7, right? Just doing the math again. Yeah, I redo the math. So here I redo the math, sorry for that. So he is in a high position, so -1. -3 because he have a good position, fortified position. -1 because it's outside of the range, so it's a -4. -1 because it's outside of his range, so it's a -5. So basically we are, this one is a 6, and this one is a... This one is a 3. So we have a 6 and a 3. Rolling defense on the 6. This one is a hit. Rolling defense on the 3. This one is a miss. So now let's check lethality. Lethality, pistol is lethal on a 5+. Please tell me it's lethal. It's not lethal. Damn it. Now checking casualty. 5 or 6, please. 5. Okay, perfect. Model is injured, begins to bleed out, and will die in 5 turns. Oh, damn! So this one is downed. He's killed. He's basically killed. He's not exactly killed, but he won't be able to do anything else that turn. Okay, what a relief. End of the combat phase. This enemy can't shoot anymore since he's injured, and he didn't manage to tell the other guys down here that I am here. He has been killed with a silenced weapon, and also I will need to remove 2 bullets from that weapon, and he's reaching 10 kills. That will grant him a new stat point, 5, and this will be a melee stat point. Okay, that's the end of the combat phase. Now we jump onto turn 12. Turn 12, my 2 rogue agents will just sneak behind this concrete barrier. And they will roll for detection. Actually, they don't need to roll on detection for that one. They are close enough, so it's a level 1 enemy. Rolling to see what it is. A 2 assaulter. I will place them. Let's just check together which direction they are facing. and they are facing towards the group of civilians just here on the left. So let's place them, and yeah, the division agent will, the agent of the rogue agent will try to avoid them probably. Moving on to my movement phase, so what I will do. This one will basically just stand up and he have line of sight on that token. I will just move those two guys up here, right straight in front actually. This one was there. Let's actually move yeah, this guy, I will just move him over here. He will just, and this guy will move 6 inches, so roughly there. Okay, so they are all in a line of sight on that token. So that's the end of my movement. Let me check if I want to do something else. No, I don't want to do something else. What I will do now is draw one card. Oh no, 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 no. It's a level 2 enemy. Phew, okay. A dice, rolling on a dice, not something too crazy. A 4. 4 enemies, damn it! 4 enemies, so we have 3 assaulter and 1 random support or thrower. 1, it will be a support again. Okay, so we'll have 3 assaulter and 1 support place right there, and they saw my guys just moving on top of them, so they will be able to shoot at me. So we'll need to kill all of them in that turn. Yeah, let's first place them. What a face-off. Here is the 4 enemy that just spawned in right in front of me. And I might have done something stupid, because I've looted the dead body over here that contain all the supplies. So basically it was mission accomplished, and I could have just leave from that side of the board. But yeah, I just wanted to have more resources, more loot, and yeah, we'll see how it ends up. I've moved all the different tokens. Actually, I need to move all the different tokens. So basically, they will just move toward the dead body over here. So they will just roughly move 6 inches. We have one on the back of the alley over here. This group, same thing. He will move toward this area. This will actually be great for the rogue agent that will be able to sneak in toward my division agent. And same thing here, they will just move toward that dead body, and from there they will move in a random direction. So yeah, now let's jump onto the combat phase. So I'm trying to look at some of my tactical options over here, but I don't have that much tactical option, to be honest. And yeah, I don't have any tactical option. I can throw smoke. I could throw a smoke grenade just right in front of them and try to move out, but actually I just moved. It's already the combat phase, so yeah, I can't do really that. So yeah, let's just start to lay down some shots. Who have the best equipped weapon? So we'll start with John McClane. John McClane have his fully loaded Mac-10. So John McClane is over here. He will fire at the support guy. No, he will fire at one guy with a rifle, which is more dangerous right now. So we'll fire at that guy on the left. So John McClane, Mac-10, firing 3 shots in automatic. So 3, 3 and a 2 at -1 because of the automatic. He have a shooting stat of 4. -1, that's a 3. Here we have 2, 6 and a 5. Rolling defense. For the 6, the first one is a hit. Rolling defense on the second one. This one is also a hit. So this first enemy here is killed. John McClane's fired. Now, who else will fire? It will be Dante Adams. Dante Adams is a bit far from the fire fat, and he has line of sight on... His best line of sight is that guy. that guy, but it's outside of his first range interval of his weapon. So yeah, let's actually check that. So Dante Adams will fire 2 shots. He will fire in rapid fire too. So 2 shots. Oh, that's terrible. 4 -1 because of the rapid fire and -1 because of the long range. So basically that's a 2 plus 2, that's a 4 and a 3. A 4 and a 3. Rolling defense on the 4. So this one miss him. Rolling defense on the 3. And that also miss him. Damn. So this one I don't kill him. Now let's jump onto... So he did 2 shots. Let's jump onto Brian Gamble, the SWAT officer. The SWAT officer... Those 2 guys actually can't fire in automatic or rapid fire because they don't have enough ammo in their magazine. What they can do, however, is switch to their other weapons that don't have any silencer and start to fire with those. Yeah, I think they will do that. They will, both of them will fire with their unsuppressed weapon. They have the compact rule, so that means they can switch to that rule without any problem. They can switch to that with a weapon without any problem. So Brian Gamble will fire 2 shots with his Colt. Yup. Yeah, never mind for this dice. So a 2 and a 5, -1 because of the rapid fire. You have a shooting stat of 4. 4 -1, that's a 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one, there is no way the enemy can beat that. Now checking for that one, so 4, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5. So let's rolling defense on the 5. So the defense is passed, is only hit by 1 bullet. Now let's check lethality. It's lethal on a 4+. It's not lethal. Checking casualty. Oh, it's pretty bad. It's a catastrophic wound. Model is unconscious. So this guy, Brian Gamble, was firing at that enemy model over here. And now we only have the division agent. The division agent will try to shoot at the most dangerous threat, which is that guy with the SMG. So he will fire with his Zusat. He will fire rapid fire. That means 2 bullets. We'll have 3 bullets remaining. He's firing a 4 and a 2 at -1. So a 6 -1, that's a 5, but +2. Oh, that's a lot of math. 6, 7, 8, 7. Oh, so the 2 is basically a 9. There is no way the enemy can beat the 9. So the 2 shot hits him and kills him. So the 2 shot kill that guy automatically. Okay, so that's the end of my combat phase. Not too bad, but we still have 1 enemy over here. And now we need to do the combat phase for that enemy. So this enemy here is in front of 3 of my division agents. He won't try to target that guy over here. And to know who he will fire at, I will do that randomly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, he will fire at my agent of the division. 1, 2, 3, it's a standard fire. 4, 5, 6, it's a rapid fire. It's a rapid fire. Ooh, that's dangerous. So he's firing 2 bullets. A 5 and a 1. So rioters have a shooting stat of 2. 2 plus 5, 5, 6, 7. That's a 7 -1 because of the rapid fire. That's a 6. Rolling defense on the 6. That's a 1. Oh, that's terrible. This bullet hit me. Rolling defense on that one. So this one is a 1 plus shooting stat of 2. That's a 3 -1 of the rapid fire. That's a 2. Why I didn't do that? Why didn't skip that? Damn. Anyway, I'm hit by one bullet. Now let's check lethality. It's a pistol, it's lethal on a 5+. 4, okay, it's not lethal, and actually I have also a body armor, so -1 to lethality roll. So now let's check casualty. Oh, no way, serious wound. The model is injured and begins to bleed out and will die in 5 turns. Oh, damn it! So my agent of the division is really badly injured. He's lying on the ground. Ah, that's a shame. On the good side of things is that my agent of the division have a cool ability, which is the return fire ability. When targeted by enemy fire, automatically fire back once per turn. And since I have a serious wound and I am bleeding out, I'm bleeding out. I will die in 5 turns. So turn to death is 5. May continue to fire a sidearm, and I can also crawl, so that's good for now. But I can still fire with my Glock 19. So what I will do is actually trigger my return fire ability. I will fire, not too great, but yeah, anyway. So 2 plus, doing the math. Is there any maluses? So all my stats are halved rounding down. So you have a shooting stat of 6, that's a 3. He did a standard fire, 3 plus complag plus red dot plus laser sight, that's a 6. Plus that, 7, 8. So here we have an 8. Rolling defense on the 8. Actually, he can't beat that. Yeah, he can't beat that, so that's an 8, that's a hit. Rolling lethality, please, 5+, damn it. Rolling on the casualty table now. No, it's a 1, damn it. It's a light wound. Light wound, the model is stunned for 1 turn. So he's just stunned until the end of the game. So just going to place that so I remember that this guy is stunned. Not too great. Anyway, end of that turn, end of that combat phase. Now we can jump on to turn 13. Turn 13, my rogue agents start to sneak toward my troops over here. They are just next to those civilians. Now I can jump onto my movement phase. My movement phase, what I will first do with my division agent is crawl 2 inches toward the rest of my guy over here. So that's the end of my movement phase for my division agent. And what I will do next that's a good question, what I will do next. I will probably enter Overwatch with that guy. This guy will be placed in Overwatch. John McClane will grab that my division agent and I will bring him toward the exit of the board. And my SWAT guy will just also move and cover their retreat. So, end of my movement phase. What just happened? So here, John McClane grabbed my agent of the division. He's dragging him toward the exit of the board. Brian Gamble, the SWAT guy, just placed him looking toward the back, and this one is in Overwatch. So now I will move to the enemy movement phase, and I will start with that enemy, which is actually not stunned anymore. And I will use the Zablan Doctrine to define the action of that guy. This Zablan Doctrine has been created by Ivan Nylander, which is really great to use for solo play. So let's roll 2 dice, a 6 and a 4, a 6 and a 4. Reckless, tactical and shoot. Reckless, maximum movement, disregard cover. Tactical and shoot. So he will do a tactical move that will grant him a +1 to defense, basically, and disregard cover. So he's basically want to get in a line of sight on those guys, and actually he has an agility of how many? Agility of 2. He can only move 2 inches if he do a tactical move, so he can just basically arrive roughly over here, and it triggered the overwatch for my guy Dante Adams. Dante Adams will fire one shot with his FNX 45 that has some great accessory. So let's roll dice. A 2. A 2 plus 4, ça fait 6. Minus 1 because of the overwatch, that's a 5. Plus 1, compact red dot, that's a 7. Rolling defense, he can't beat that, so that's a hit. And since he was already injured last mission, this one is automatically killed. So that's the end of that guy movement. Now the rest of the forces over here heard some unsuppressed fire, so they will all move 6 inches in that direction. And actually this group over here, which is already unveiled, will move toward following the Zablan doctrine. A 4 and a 4, reckless, move and shoot, maximum movement, disregard cover. So indeed they will just move 6 inches in the direction of my forces. Things start to get really hot for my team. Here we have 2 enemies that just arrived there. They will be able to fire at my group there. And we have lots of enemy tokens arriving from the board. But on the great side, that I just remember that I still have my sniper that is located over here, and the sniper will actually take a shot at that enemy model over here. So let's do that first. Let's take my sniper. He will do... Whoop, damn it, the dice today. He will do a fire. Damn, a 1 again, seriously, a 1. Shooting stat of only 2 because he didn't aid, that's a 3. Plus 1 of the scope, that's a 4. Rolling defense. That's a... You must be kidding me. You must be kidding me. So that's a miss. Now I have my SWAT guy. SWAT guy, he will fire at the first enemy in front of him. SWAT Brian Gamble, he can't do any automatic or rapid fire. He doesn't have any ammo left. What he's doing? He will fire with this, the Colt, because he have a higher lethality. Standard fire. 6. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 10. Compact. There is no way he can beat that. Rolling lethality now. 5, okay. Damn, this one is lethal. So here he's just firing with his Colt 45 and this model is killed. Now, John McClane is grabbing that guy, he's carrying around, he's holding his chest rig and he's yeah, not sure how to say that in English, but he can still fire with a pistol. So he will fire with his 6 P226 at -1 because he's carrying someone. Not carrying, he's grabbing his... Yeah, my agent of division is lying on the ground, he's just carrying around. Not sure what is the English term. So 2 fire. -1 because of rapid fire, -1 because he's carrying someone. So he have a shooting stat of 4, -2, that's a 2, 5, 6, 7. So we have 2, 7 over here. Rolling defense on the 2, 7. Oh, and that's a kill. First shot hits him, second shot kills him. So here I just kill all of them. Okay, that's cool for now. End of the combat phase, no more enemy to shoot at. Those 2 guys fired. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What I will do is just add some bar for all the kills I've done. And yeah, we can move on to the next turn. So, start of turn 14, we actually start with a new Fog of War card. So let's just draw that. Ooh, that's an enemy card that enters the area from a random table edge. That's not great. Yeah, let's first roll to define where they come from. Same number as before on a 5, please not a 5, on a 3. So 1, 2, 3, they will arrive from that area. And since the alert is already raised, their objective is to move toward the objective, which is basically retrieve the intel. So they will basically arrive, let's take a pickup. They will arrive from there. This is a truck with how many enemies? 1d3 enemies? And they will just move toward my guys, but yeah, they are far from that. I have some bigger problems just over here. So yeah, end of that. Now the rogue agent will move toward me, so they will just move roughly 6 inches. That should be a bit more, but anyway. So now moving on to my turn, and my turn I will simply just exit the area. To be honest, I have too much things going on there. I will actually check the rules for the smoke grenade. That might be helpful. Let me just check the rule. So what I will do in my turn is actually throw that smoke grenade. I need 4 to land that grenade exactly where I want. And that's a 5. Okay, that's perfect. So the grenade, I wanted to land that grenade exactly here. Well, so basically that grenade will completely block that area and enemy can't see me through that. So that's a good start. Let's place the smoke and see what we do next. So John McClane throw that smoke grenade, and what he will do next is just drag. He can move 3 inches. That means he can drag him to the side of the board and exit the area with the injured model. Dante Adams here will move 6 inches and arrive over here. And for now, that's it. For now, that's it. Now what I will do, I don't need that dice, is actually, yeah, jump onto the enemy movement phase. I still have my sniper. I can leave the board with everyone, but I want to loot more things. Problem is that here I can only loot weapons and equipment, and I need resources to build a base, but I will definitely not manage to go any close to some civilian vehicles. So yeah, let's see what the enemy will do. So for the enemy, what will happen is basically each token will move 6 inches, and this one will just move 6 inches and get through that smoke grenade, and they will just arrive in front of me. The 2 other will be right into the smoke, so they won't see me and I won't see them, and the second one will be just after, and that one will be also quite near. So I have only one enemy to deal with, and yeah, let's hope it's not a big enemy. Let's tell me it's a civilian or nothing. Oh, sorry, I took 2 cards. It's empty. Yes, okay, that's cool. That means that this turn I will loot that dead body and that car. So let's roll for the dead body first. I found something, checking quality, standard quality. So we found a weapon. Ooh, UMP 45. That's cool. Now rolling on the equipment. I found something, checking quality. It's superior. I would have preferred that it's a weapon, but yeah, anyway. That's cool. So this is the attachment I just found. Damn, why it was not a weapon. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. Next turn, what will happen? The rogue agent will again move toward me. And yeah, basically with my 2 guys, I will just run toward the exit and extract from the board, and that's the end of the mission. And yeah, that's Yeah, that's really bad for my division agent, which is really badly injured. I will need to extend my medical wing in the base of operation. Let's check just what I gain during that mission. So, as I will put on screen right now, this was the reward of ending that mission. So let me now do the selection of that. I will start with the 2 superior cards. On a 1, 2, 3 it's a weapon, and on 4, 5, 6 it's an equipment. So we have 1 weapon and 1 equipment, so I will draw 1 card in that deck and 1 card in that one. Ooh, that's cool, and that's not that great. But yeah. Okay, so that's the 2 things we found. In addition to that, we have 1 SHD skill, which is in this box over here. SHD skill, it's not that, it's that deck over here. Sorry for the messed up. Oh, that's a cool one. Airburst Seeker Mine. Okay, that's a really cool one. This is really great. The problem is that my agent of the division is injured, and he won't be available for a lot of turns. Yeah, anyway, now let's see what resources we found in that mission. To do that, I will just grab my loot table, and we can basically do 5 rolls on the supply run table. So a 4 and a 6, a 4 and a 6. We have 1 medicine. 1 medicine, grabbing some dice. The medicine is a 5, so just for me to remember what I found. Next. A 2 and a 1, no! A 2 and a 1, that's nothing. A 1 and a 1, that's nothing again. Damn. A 5 and a 5, a 5 and a 5, some intels. Some intels, that's 6. I need some food, So here we are, roll number 4, and the last roll. A 6 and a 6. Oh, that's great. Food, building materials, and ammo. So 1 food, it's a 2, that's great. 1 building materials, that's a 4, that's also great. And 1 ammo, that's a 3. Okay, so we end up that mission with all those resources, with the other one present on my models. And yeah, that's the end of that mission. Hope you liked that one, and thanks everyone for joining me. See you for the next one. Bye everyone.